to it?
For someone that never wanted to do this, I am really addicted to it right now. The babies are really giving me a purpose in life, and I'm enjoying it.
Seems like they've taken a liking to you as well, and just enjoy working with you on the other bits. How much have you seen kind of their energy change from maybe when you were a guest last year, just kind of seeing how things have shifted in about a year?
The best thing, I wasn't really around here last year except for the first game and then the USC game, so I won't even compare anything to last year. I just love their energy, their willingness to come and work and learn and take it from the classroom out to the practice field and the drills we're doing. You know, I tell them, you show me how you love this by the way you work. And I'm a fun guy, I think, but I do get them to work. So they meet me more than halfway, so that's all I ask.
A lot of college offenses look different than when you played in college. Is playing D-line any different now than it was when you were in college?
No, 1-3-5 never changed. Quarterback 3-7-5 step drop. I mean, it's all the same. Except, you know, back when I played, they'd run it 30 to 40 times and then throw it 20 to 30. Now we'll close it down and throw it 40 to 50 times and choose when we want to run. But it's still the same game. It's a beautiful game.
What do you see out of your personnel group?
A lot of depth. We know we're trying to develop some depth right now. We got 5 ends that'll rush. I tell them we got 5 ends on a 2-lane highway, so y'all better fight for those reps because they're going to go fast. They're going to go fast. And inside, we just building depth and, you know, want the guys to be nice and solid because the one thing that I did see last year before I turned the TV off was we couldn't stop the run, and that won't happen with me here. No. We're going to earn our right to rush by stopping the run.
I talked to Coach Dancy last Monday, and he said, there's no I guys, it's all about us. How are you implementing an unselfish group and really a unified front?
This is a very humbling game that we play. And if you think you can do this all by yourself, I tell them I got a gold jacket and I'll rip it up and tear it up, not to have 10 other guys come fight with me because me out on that field is just one guy. And you're just one guy. So we need a unit and a pack to go hunt. And when you pack, a bunch of wild dogs show up in your neighborhood, nobody's coming outside. And that's what I'm telling them. We're going to show up like a bunch of wild dogs to the stadium, and we're going to hunt. The table is set, let's eat.
Coach, I imagine that saying you want to improve in the run game is easier said than done.
Always.
How do you go about doing that?
On a day-in-day basis. Day out, day-in basis. We're going to pull concrete. We're going to make sure we fundamentally sound in our gaps and our hands and our feet and trust in our eyes. That's the most beautiful thing with the D-line position. Offensive linemen don't lie. The biggest lie you get told is a flash trap. And I promise you, that's just one.
You guys are taking practice down to Denver on Friday. What do you think the benefits of that practice will be?
Well, we're going to turn the lights on. You know, some of our guys haven't never been inside the lights. And, you know, you turn those lights off, you know. And I know Boulder going to be good and liquored up for Thursday night. We kick this thing off. So it's going to be nice and loud. And, you know, a defense is going to have to be out there and loud. And we're going to need to communicate. And that's what we're going to simulate that Friday night.
Warren Sapp could do
Next
anything.
question. Who in your room specifically, individually, has stood out the most to you?
I wouldn't single out one guy because we're a pack. You know, my five ends on a 2-lane highway, that's nice and good. And then with the last 2 tackles with Buell and the young fella, we'll be 6 deep. You know, because Shane and big boy, 90 Deuce, Barnes, and then we got Kadoji in there, and then working with Buell, and then one more. Who am I forgetting? TC and the other kid. Yeah, I mean, we just mixing and matching them. We got bullets. You get shot with a 38 or a 9mm, you pick it.
Why coaching for you?
Why coaching? A lot of the guys Lewis and working with him. What have you learned from him about coaching?
One more time.
What have you learned from Coach Lewis just working with him?
Oh,
From him about coaching?
from the beginning, you know, he came behind me at Miami, so he's one of those guys that was the next baby Sapp. So, you know, he's been trying to beat me his whole life. So now we're putting it together and see if we can turn them into something that's better than both of us. So we have a great push-pull relationship, you know, see the game the same way and just love it. You know, you got a guy that loves the game. We're going to do this thing.
A lot of the guys on both lines have talked about the physicality and the competitiveness in camp. Is that a tone that you guys are trying to set as a staff? Oh,
no, we believe in iron sharpens iron. And if you're going to be the best, you got to beat the best that we got and then continue. And then we're going to go at it every day, and then he's going to have a plan and you're going to have a plan. Like Mike Tyson said, we all got a plan until you get punched in the mouth, and that's what that practice is for, to get us ready for this 12-game season, and we'll be ready.
All that knowledge that you gained as a player, did that come flooding back, kind of like riding a bike once you got back on the grass, or did that take some time?
No, coaching's a whole different thing. You know, when I'm leading the championship, this is the first time I'm going for a championship that I'm not leading. You know, and that's a beautiful thing that now I have to relinquish the wheel and let somebody else drive. It's a beautiful thing to, you know, watch my kids day in and day out get a little better. I'm watching Shane come alive because now he's trusting the process, you know. When you come and you go slap, club, rip, and they've never done it, I've been in 90 days. I'm thinking 120, we'll got it right. You know what I'm saying? So we're just going at it each and every day. And the best part about it is I'm learning every day. They're teaching me too, you know, because the game ain't the same. It's a different game, and the way I played it, I can't play it like that anymore. So we just mixing and matching and doing it the right. It's 21st century football. So I'm learning, they learning, and we're going to learn together.
What would you say the biggest thing so far you've learned about just how the game has changed?
They don't like to communicate. You know, I'm a loquacious guy. I love to run my mouth, but my defense goes quiet sometimes. I tell them, hey, a quiet defense is a dumb defense because nobody wants to say anything. Please, talk. Transfer it down, up and down the line. We all know what we're doing. We all wrong, we all right. That's how it goes as a defense. We all line up wrong, we all right. But as long as we're playing the defense that's called, we got a shot.
You obviously work pretty hard getting your degree to have this opportunity to be a GA and join and get into coaching. Is it kind of, have you taken a step back to kind of see how rewarding it's been so far? I know it's early, just taking a chance to appreciate kind of all the work you put in to get here?
You know what? When me and Prime was first talking about it, and it never dawned on me until the babies got to me. When I was in the hot tub, you know, trying to get my hip right, and just to work with them a little bit, it flooded me. And they were reaching and grabbing and asking questions. And I've worked with pros that'll get my phone number and tell me they're coming to Miami and my house is 1.5 miles from where they work out, and they'll never call. These kids called me 5:30 in the morning. Hey, Coach, you gonna come watch tape with me? It's crazy. I'm like, yeah, give me a purpose to get off to the couch. I mean, trust me. I was on my couch watching MSNBC. I am loving this. I am loving this.
What would success look like for you as a coach?
What's what?
What would success look like for you as a coach?
The seeds that I put into them blossom into those beautiful mountains that come out in the summer, Colorado summer. You know how those purples and yellows and everything come out? That's what I want after this year. The seeds that me and D-Lou and Dancy put into them, I want to see them blossom into flowers because it's a beautiful thing when you see your kids doing what they're doing.